welcome. They won't do you any harm.
Welcome. Have you come to trade today?
Yes. Two
Selling
bodies.
slaves?
Two bodies. Slaves.
We will buy them. We can
Already
buy.
checked.
We can buy.
Good.
We pay good coin. Young slaves.
Thank you everyone for watching the display of the afternoon.
A lot more to the history of the Roman army in Scotland, so feel free to wander over later on, chat to them. They can explain things much more in detail, get a closer look at their equipment and such like. Kicking off just in about 5 minute time, we're going to have the Vikings. The Vikings will be raiding the castle here. So the next event in the arena in about 5 minutes time will be the Vikings. So you're free to wander out, such like, and we'll just hopefully give plenty of time before each event takes place in the arena. After the Vikings, we'll be having a medieval reenactment table as well, and of course we'll be handing over to each of the reenactments because they're very knowledgeable about the period and such like, and they'll explain much better than people or I can about the period they portray.
Peregrine, yeah. Nothing's in the same league as a Peregrine. Fastest bird in the world. Yep.
So kicking off very shortly, folks, in just about. A little bit problems there with the microphone, yeah.
Good job, it's not your hearts. Anyway, yeah, Mike and I, we run up the stairs. We'll be up there. Oh, in fact, there's one of them waving just up there. If everybody looks up to the castle there, and then we have Mary Queen of Scots. She is your queen. Absolutely magnificent. You know, so, yeah, she's, if you don't understand what she's saying, she's speaking in French.
Super, right, okay. Also, of course, there are other activities taking place just
Very important.
now. I think Hugh's already mentioned this, but just to remind you folks, when the Romans do, the Vikings do come into the arena, it's very important to stay behind the barrier at all times. And don't be tempted to let the children get a little bit close, because they're using real weapons, and these guys are very skillful with these things, but they can't really...
Big Dumbarton welcome, and I'll point out just a couple of the people when you come in. And of course we will be led by what was known as the Arrow. These are the people, of course, who lead these fighting bands. One of them, just looking out from there, I just can't see him. He's hiding. No, it's not him. It's him. Yeah, we're looking for one of them in particular. He's known as Eric the Tight, who looks after the finances for the company. Oh, he's here, everybody. Have you look? This is Eric the Late. Everybody give him a round of applause. See this come behind you here. There he is. Still not running, of course. He doesn't care, he couldn't care less. Ladies and gentlemen, come on everybody, make a bit of noise here for Eric the Tight. Come on. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eric the Tight, or Eric the absolutely immaculately clean. Look at. Let me hand you over now to the leader, Gail, and she'll take you through the rest of the Viking display.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brenna of the Strathclyde Welsh that were held in the siege at the castle for 4 months. Now later on we're going to reenact the siege, but just now... Take that off him. Can you please clear up this mess?
So, you have to bear with me. Can we have all the people with a single handed spear please step forward? This is the most common weapon in the Viking period as you go up towards the crowd. Very little metal on it, lots of people would have had it. You can see most of the warriors wearing it are not particularly well armoured. There's very little metal on it, it's quite cheap. Basically used in a thrusting motion. Can we get some patsies please, in pairs? We need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 if we've got them. Basically, in a line, the spear is very effective because it's quite a lot of reach. But what they would have done in Viking times is stab each other in the feet and the face. So if you can kind of demonstrate how that would be. And unfortunately, we are not allowed to stab each other in the feet and the face, which I think is very unfair because I think it'd be quite good fun. basically there's certain limitations to the single-handed spear. Right, enough pokey stick. Yep. Can we bring forward people with two-handed spears? The two-handed spear has the advantage, it's got a lot more reach and a lot more power in it. You can do a lot more things with it. And again, if you can pair up with somebody with a two-handed spear, right, kill him. Back in your feet. I'd like to demonstrate some of the advantages of two-handed spear. Please, would you stay here? We're not finished. You go in there. Basically, the spear can be used for not just thrusting people. You can use it to pull shields out the road and open people up. If the swordsman takes a long swing at you, it's very good leverage. You can take the sword out the way. And people tend to work in pairs. The spearman would take the shield out the road, the person next to him might stab him. Right, next weapon we have is the axe. Most of the axes we have in the field are just small single-handed axes at the moment. They could be wood chopping axes, they could be for making boats. Some have got beards on them. Some don't. The one with the beard is a bearded axe or a skegox. Again, the two-handed, single-handed axe is very good for disarming your opponent. It's also very good for pulling shields out the road. They actually use them in ship battles, the ones with the big beaks on them, because they would help them climb onto a ship. Eventually! That was very good. Only took you 6 attempts. Can anybody actually use these axes? Give us a shot at that. Just go a shot at my top. How do you do it? Right! Now, what we have is the first axe that is only used for killing people. This is called a Dane axe. It's a very scary weapon. Thorgrim can demonstrate. Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I have been handed the mic because the only warriors capable of using this great weapon are the 2 battle captains. If you imagine the front of an army with maybe 30, 40 warriors wielding the great Dane axe, it's used for only one thing, and that is for war. On the Battle of 1066, the Battle of Hastings, on the tapestry, there is a picture of the Dane axe, and it takes the head of the warrior and the horse. That means that that warrior fights with his left hand. And apparently that's a bit more awkward for Einar the Black. Ooh. Don't kill Einar, I need him. Very good for hooking feet. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a wee round of applause. It's hard work out here with those stone axes. Is that all the weapons then? Oh, we've forgotten about one. What weapon do you think we've forgotten about? Swords. The most expensive weapon. He's facing the wrong way. So, you're going to show them some swords, I know the black. Warriors, please make yourself into, not a circle, because there's no audience over here. You'll have to do a half moon. That might be quite difficult. A half moon, or a horseshoe. Half moon, full moon. Right? When you're ready, warriors, weapons in the air, begin. Any time this week would be good, thank you. I know it's early in the morning for some Vikings. Oh. Oh, thank you very much. I just wanted to have a wee look at one. Yes, absolutely stunning. Costs about the same as a sports car. There had been very few swords on the battlefield. Far too many of them on here today. Now, if you'd like to come and see us in our village, we'll tell you exactly how they were made as well. Come and talk to our swordsmith and our blacksmiths. So, ladies and gentlemen, one of our warriors gets a nice little rest while the rest continue to fight. And yep, and he's gone. You get to have a nice little rest. And we have another winner. Now, warriors, I would like you to introduce yourselves to the audience. Thank you. That was quite an introduction. And you are? Ooh, he's the local. That was a bit pathetic. He's the local. Terrible crowd here. You haven't warmed them up at all. Ooh, it looks like a local win. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I call upon the dead to rise. Now, where is he? Thorgrim the Grim. Now, you've seen the weapons, and what the Vikings are very good at is fighting together. So, a bit like the Romans, they had some formations, and Thorgrim the Grim is going to take them through their battle instructions.
Okay, form a line. Demonstrate to you. It's something called a bore snout. It was a wedge formation used to break opposing lines. So, on your step on and form a bore snout. Begin, go! Stop! Back and reform your line. 2 ranks.
Stop it.
This is the defensive formation known as a shield wall. So, shields by your sides. Shield! Wall! Weapons! Bristle!
Is that the online?
Advance!
Yeah, but is that the online? Yeah. Rather than if you just turn up.
Stand!
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause and Thorgrim the Grim, their battle captain. Now we've got one last weapon to show you before we finish. You might have seen some people hiding at the back. Do you want to give them a wee wave? These are our archers. Very popular, as you can see, with the warriors. We also have an archer in our camp if you want to come along and learn how the bows were made and how the arrows were made as well. But for now, I want to show you the formation that the Vikings would have taken against arrows. I'll hand over to our archery captain when they're ready. Now these archers would have been training from very, very young. They develop a certain muscle on their back that when they do archaeology they can tell who were archers and who weren't. They also did something really disgusting. What they would do is they would dip their arrow tips in dung, because if the wound didn't kill you straight away, their hope was it would fester and you would die, because medicine was not what it is today. So you got to listen for the ouch. Now the arrows we're using today are not sharp, but they still hurt a lot, which is why you'll see that our warriors are trying very, very hard not to be hit. However, they start to get tired. Oh, I think these warriors are going to get into some trouble soon, because they've been away from the camp far too long. Ooh. That's them beginning to get tired as they begin to die. I'm guessing that we're nearly out of arrows. Is it? Did he get a good roll about in it? Oh, good. I've just heard that Eric the Tight has now got a nice mucky kirtle, courtesy of the archers. Ooh. So, ladies and gentlemen, does anybody fancy trying some archery at some point? Let's see if we can get you interested in things. Come and talk to us and we'll tell you all about it and how to get involved. And you get to do this. Now, what they said about the archers were that they were cowards. They were cowards, and that they used to fight from a distance, and which was a coward's way to fight. You should fight toe to toe, hand to hand, face to face. Oh, who's got arrows left? Oh. Oh. Are we done? Right. I call upon the dead to rise. Now, ladies and gentlemen, give them all a big round of applause. Can you all manage to get up, please? Thorgrim, can you get them into some kind of order for me? Get them into some kind of order for me. Step away from the arrows and form a line with Thorgrim. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen the Vikings face the Vikings. You've seen the Vikings face the Scots. But actually, the thing that they were most scared of was the Viking women. Because they're late for their lunch. Go and get them. Right, come on you lot. Right, get back to camp. Get back to camp. Get to your lunch. Lunchtime Vikings. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back on again throughout the day, and come and visit us in our camp.
Ali chopping heads off, horns in their heads, and ridiculous Benny Hill theme tunes. They do actually take things a lot of social side of history. So as they make their way past you, ladies and gentlemen, come on, give them a big round of applause. Make some noise here. This is the west of Scotland after all. We make noise. Come on, Dumbarton! And consider one of those guns, you know, dead and then get shot between the legs twice. It's the indignation. All for your entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 o'clock, yeah, that's it. Well done. There's a passing by. Let you hear them, folks. Who will be joining us very shortly.
Both been greeted by a gentleman calling now here. If you want to make a case, so feel free to see the gentleman now. You approach him, ask him questions.
And then eventually that's it.
Also in the castle itself, we've got Mary Queen of Scots and one of our ladies.
This is where, this is actually where one of the Vikings were believed to be Christian at the time. More will be explained by the Vikings that are just coming back now. Once they've dumped off their weapons for the armory, which is just there, they'll just start explaining.
And we've also got just up in the courtyard there, we've got the pop-up museum. The collections team there have got some recreation as well as some of the original artefacts that we dug up, and they'll be quite happy. Is that where you go and lots more to learn up there? We've also got the soap carving.
These are rabbits,
Squirrels. We've also got you can make your own Viking here.
Told me soap carving.
This is a deer hide. You can feel it if you want.
I can feel it.
These are actually foxes. It's a fox. Foxes, yes. These are Arctic foxes. That's it. Spring cook, winter cook.
Feel it.
You can feel it if you want. It's fine. It's not gonna bite.
See?
I think we're going to have so they're going to be doing a period, of course, off the time of the Bruce. The castle they play some sort of role that people feel.
Indeed, yes, this is where allegedly we
Is it the Lucamon team?
It's the Lucamon team.
Can't even. Come on.
Goes in the centre. Grooves one way, grooves the other way. You grind together. That's what's doing the grinding. It comes out the side. It would go through 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Here's your barley.
Yeah. After you.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you have any questions at all, you will see quite a lot of young people today with the yellow high-vis vests on. This is in purple, they're not so young apparently. Got to have a seat to see it. So if we can get them on, everybody, give these youngsters a big round of applause just now. They've been here, of course, since they're we have some other volunteers would have been a wonderful job. So just waiting for people so tired and everything else. Yeah, they're forming up now.
Thor works really well.
We are also going to be opening up the other side of the close that off from Archer and Fraser there. And Steve is right there, so if you do wish to go around right round the event later on, you can't do that. We did have it closed off this morning simply because of Archer, but we don't get a chance to get a bit closer to action on this side. Oh no, something terrible's happening here. What is happening here?
Welcome day 5.
Theirs was a subsistence economy. So everything
Welcome day 5.
So really helpful. Really, really.
Dave, of course, you'll see he's in Johnson's Dave, of course.
Is in season
Great
right
fierce
now,
warrior.
or was in season,
Loyalties,
and has been
man,
preserved,
loyalties, cause
salted,
fierce warrior,
dried,
injured, of
turned
course,
into something
still
else
made it here today.
to make it
I
last
take
a
it
bit
you were
longer.
injured in some great battle. Because he's minted. So Dave, you commentate today, we're going to hand over to you. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll hand you over to Dave 5 and he's going to bring in his next
Hello, everybody. Just sit down.
Like to make a coin?
Very good, thank you.
Like to make a coin? Going to make a coin? Coin. He's making a coin.
The dream works because the team works.
Go.
So, hello, everybody from the back. Can you still see me? Yeah, well, what I'd like to do first is I'd like you to put your hands together in a rip-rounding, massive round of applause. Even louder than the one we got in Edinburgh that time. Do you remember how loud the people of Edinburgh were? Yeah, much louder than people of Glasgow and the surrounding area. All right. Have you got anybody here from Edinburgh today that wants to admit it? They had to pay in, yeah? All right. You'll have had your battle reenactment. Yeah. Okay, we got anybody from Glasgow here today? Yay! 6 people here. Thanks very much for joining in there. What you're about to see is just a typical night at Sucky Hall Street. So, anybody from Wales here today? Nobody else? Where are you? What was it? Okay, the most jokes are out there. Yeah, no. Yeah, the short Welsh jokes. Yeah. Anybody here from Ireland today? Hello. Thanks, did you sell your box across here and around? Yeah, well, thanks very much for praising me. Very brave. And anybody from England?
Oops, okay. There you have your man with the axe.
Sort of battle, honestly, we're not representing that today. Anybody from England? That's better, isn't it? And anybody from not Scotland? Anybody from not Britain? Where are you guys from?
You too.
I like your spectacles and that royal
Denise,
belt.
you speak
Very,
Gaelic?
very beautiful.
Very nice. Anybody from anywhere else that's not Britain? Canada?
Very nice.
I hear that everybody's really polite in Canada.
If you would like to join us today.
You might want to kneel down. You can do it bigger and better, but thank you very much. Anybody from anywhere else?